Yeah, there was a couple of stages before we got to the actual kind of filming side, just to kind of get ready, make sure everyone knew exactly what they were doing. So yeah, we got the tracks that we needed to learn them before we turned up to the first rehearsal. First rehearsal was just in kind of like a big, like a big rehearsal space, but they kind of had the kind of like the dynamics of the stage set out. So they had all the measurements, so we knew exactly where our limitations were, where we could go, where we couldn't. Personally, the way they did it with our set, it might be different to some of the others, I'm not quite sure, but they just kind of started playing the tracks and we kind of just naturally just went where we went. We had a guy who was doing it with handhelds, and he would just kind of followed our movements, and then slowly we'd kind of mark out where everyone has to go at certain points, make sure we knew where the camera was at all times. And then yeah, so that was the first stage. And then the second stage, once we'd kind of got all the movements down, we went into the motion capture, the mocap room, got to put on those awesome suits, which I've always wanted to do, finally managed to do. Again, the guy with the handheld came in, and then however they work their magic, they take our movements, they take his camera movements, and they put that all into this incredible robo camera that they used for the actual shoot. So yeah, there's a couple of different stages before the actual shoots on our end anyway. So yeah, when we done the motion capture, we basically performed as we would on the stage. So it's full on. You're not just kind of like going through the motions, kind of placing yourself where you need to be. It was yeah, you'd perform as you would. So I mean, it got pretty sweaty in those tight suits, but yeah, so you just kind of go full on as you kind of would. And then yeah, so when it did get round to the filming, everyone was like really confident, knew exactly where they had to be. Yeah, when we were filming, we had earpieces, and they had the music blaring out, because there were good like maybe 200-300 extras there, kind of per shoot. So they had the music kind of blaring out for them to get into, but all the musicians had earpieces. You can't really see it in the game, but we had earpieces in, so we kind of have the music playing. We'd have the director kind of saying where we needed to be slightly before we had to be there. We had another person kind of calling out camera movements. I guess that was for focus puller or something like that. So yeah, it was quite a lot to kind of deal with in your ear whilst you're kind of concentrating on trying to play and be in the right points. But yeah, it seemed to turn out all good.